Can you extend your Schengen visa and stay in the EU for more than 90 days? Yes, but it depends. On what? Stick around and you'll find out.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm British.
Welcome to YouTooSpain. Let's dance. Hi, I'm Skatz from YouTooSpain, and with the help of my alter egos, hello, why aye man, cooey, bah, I'm going to give you the complete rules and essential guidelines on how to extend your short stay Schengen visa, the circumstances under which the extension can be granted, what documents you need, how to apply, and finally, I'll tell you about all of the other ways you can stay in Spain beyond your 90 days. Does it matter what kind of Schengen visa I've got? No, it doesn't matter whether you've got a single entry, double entry, or multiple entry visa. Oh, there's nothing better than a multiple entry. Oh. You can still apply if you have the right reason to do so. What if you've got an EU passport? Then this does not apply to you. The Schengen visa is only for non-EU citizens, or third country nationals as they're called.
I'm British!
I can tell. And as a UK citizen since Brexit, you are a third country national. So I need a visa just to go on holiday to Europe? Well, actually the UK is one of the more than 60 countries whose citizens get a visa waiver. So you don't actually need to apply for anything if you're going to be staying in the EU for less than 90 days. But how can you extend a visa if you haven't got one? It's not that you haven't got one, it's just that your nationality acts like a virtual visa. That's how I like to think of it. Beautifully explained, darling. Thank you. I do my best.
Get a room, you two. Wait! I want to know how I can extend my holiday.
That's a question I see a lot on social media. And it's not surprising, really, because there's so much to see and do in the Schengen area. Every country has its rich culture and traditions. I wouldn't want to leave either. You don't have to. You live here. I do. In beautiful Spain. And I have an Irish passport too, so I can travel around the rest of the EU and help all of you with what you need to know.
Bully for you! Answer my question!
Sorry, Colonel, extending your stay is possible, but as Walter said, it depends on your reasons, and they're quite strict, so it's not easy. And what are the reasons? The first one is late entry. This is only really for people who need to actually apply for a Schengen visa, rather than the ones who have the visa waiver. Basically, if you don't manage to enter the Schengen area until after the entry date on your visa, you can apply for an extension at the end to cover the days you missed at the beginning. This is probably the easiest one to get.
I bet they make it difficult for British people!
You made it difficult for yourselves by pulling out of Europe, Colonel. But that's a subject for another video.
Bah!
What's the next reason for an extension? Force majeure. Is that the next Marvel film? No, it's when something major and unexpected has happened in your home country prior to your visa expiring, such as a conflict or a war, or even violent protests across the country, extreme weather conditions, or no flight connections because of consecutive earthquakes or other major reasons. How awful! How long is the extension, darling? It could be for a few weeks or until the situation changes for the better. But what if it carries on? Then you can apply for a visa renewal in order to remain in the Schengen area.
We had a huge earthquake in Birmingham once. It did £20 worth of damage.
Well, I do believe you've just made a joke, Colonel.
Nonsense! It was true. I read it on Facebook.
Can we carry on? Yes. The next way to get a short stay visa extension is for humanitarian reasons to prevent or overcome hardship for third country nationals. What kind of hardship? For example, if you need to continue receiving urgent medical treatment or take part in a funeral after the sudden death of a family member, or to give support to someone close to you who's going through hardship.
My wife is having hardship with piles. Does that count?
No. Next reason, important personal reasons.
This sounds more like it.
Hold your horses, Colonel. This reason is the most risky one to apply for. Your definition of important is probably quite different from theirs.
Bah!
But you could still give it a try if you have an emergency and there's no other option.
Bah!
Perhaps if you have some unfinished business abroad, or there's an unplanned wedding there. Could be yours or a relative's, then you may apply. And will they give it to me? They can give it to me anytime, sweetie. Getting this extension is far from certain. The immigration authorities will decide whether or not to grant it on a case-to-case basis. So you cannot just extend your stay, like? You can't extend your holiday without a very strong reason, no. But there are ways you can stay in Spain, for example, after the 90 days.
Ooh, how do I do that?
I'll tell you in a minute, but first, let's find out how to apply for the Schengen Visa extension and what documents you need.
Okay, what do I do first?
First, decide what reason you're giving.
Piles?
No.
Bleh.
When should I apply? It must be before the expiration date of your visa, or in your case, before your total of 90 days in any 180-day period is up. Make sure that you use a Schengen Visa calculator that works. I've put a link below to the best one. You don't want to overstay. Best thing to do is to apply a week in advance of the expiry date.
Where do I apply, sweetie?
It depends on which country you're in. If you're in Spain, you'd go to the national police station. You'll need to check whether you need an appointment depending on whereabouts in Spain you are. Then you should gather together the documents.
Okay, what documents do I need?
You will need
Number 1,
your passport containing your current visa, if applicable, or your entry stamp.
Number 2,
your application form, Modelo EX00, the short stay Schengen Visa extension form. There's a link below to the appropriate page on the National Police's website. You can download the forms and read the full requirements, conditions and information there.
Number 3,
one photo of you. Make sure it's the right dimensions and fits the requirements. Check the other link below for full details.
Number 4,
proof you have enough income to financially sustain yourself for the proposed length of your extension stay.
Number 5,
travel health insurance, which covers the whole Schengen area for the proposed length of your stay.
Number 6,
documents which prove the reason you need to stay.
Number 7,
no number 7, that's it for the documents.
What happens at the appointment?
You'll be interviewed by an immigration officer who will check your documents and whether your reason is valid, or whether you're just trying to sneakily extend your holiday. Colonel.
I shouldn't need a reason, I'm British.
Those days are gone, Colonel.
Ba 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 ba.
Excuse me, sweetie, but how much is the fee? If it's for humanitarian reasons or force majeure, there's no fee. But if it's important personal reasons or late entry, there is a fee. Check the National Police link below for the up-to-date amount.
What about if you have to renew it?
There's a fee for that too. Check below.
Do you get your money back if you're rejected?
Unfortunately not, no.
How long does it take to get a decision?
Usually only a few days, but they say anything up to a month on the website.
But I'd be over me 90 days if it took that long.
Oh, that's okay. You're allowed to stay while it's being processed.
So, I could apply on my 89th day and have a sneaky few extra days at the casino while they decide.
They'd spot you coming a mile off, Colonel, and they'd reject you at the interview.
Bah, 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 bah. You said there was another way to stay. What's that?
Well, it's not the same as getting an extension on the Schengen visa. It's more of a way of being allowed to apply to become a resident of Spain while you're here.
How do I do that, like?
This is all because of the entrepreneurs law, which was designed to attract foreign talent.
I have many talents.
And allow online fast-track applications while you're on your 90-day stay, so you can get a resolution in about 20 business days.
What's the visa called?
There are a few of them, actually. There's the Golden Visa, the Entrepreneur's Visa, the Highly Qualified Workers Visa, the Intra-Corporate Transfer Visa, the Research Visa, and the Digital Nomad Visa.
Are they easy to get? It depends.
Yeah, there's a lot of it depends about this. They're all very different, and none of them can be done on the spur of the moment, really. You'll need to plan ahead of your 90-day stay and use the time here wisely.
How do I find out about them?
Well, I've made quite a few videos about them already and interviewed experts all about how to successfully apply. You can subscribe to this channel to see the list of videos and contact me if you need help finding any of them.
That's very helpful.
You're welcome. Any more questions?
Millions.
Then you and the watchers can ask in the comments below on YouTube.
Or we can ask the experts live on Saturday mornings.
Yes, you can. One more thing.
What?
Peace and love.
Peas and fluff? Why, aye, man. It's not the length of your extension, it's how you use it.
Let's dance.